Hello, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. In this session, we're going to start about Azure Firewall Practical, and here are the key points I'm writing. The first thing we need to create a resource group, and then we need to create a virtual network, and the third thing is virtual machine, and the fourth is add firewall, fifth is add root table, and sixth is rules on the firewall. So let us start with the resource group and just go to the resource group and go with that. And here I'm giving an FW resource group. Select location. I'm choosing West US and done. Now go to the virtual networks, create, and I'm writing here like same, and name is virtual network, and select US West. IP address range, and I want it to have a range for and a subnet. For that is make sure you type the same subnet, that is Azure Firewall subnet, and have a IP. Add one more and give any name, server 1, mm, subnet 2, 24. So the virtual network is deployment is underway. The third thing is creating a virtual machine. So let it finish first. Yeah, that's the one. In the virtual machine, we also need to set static IP plus no public IP and into route all traffic via firewall. So this has been done. Now let's go to all services and click on compute virtual machines. And here we go. The resource group and virtual machine name could be any name. and the location to be same. So West and Windows Server 2012. Select the best one. Username. Set up a complex password, and inbound ports by default it allow RDP. I'm selecting none. So no one is allowed to connect because I'm going to create rules in the firewall. Go networking. In the networking section, use virtual network, use subnet, this one, and public IP address, select none, and go next. And that's it. So virtual machine creation is in process, and after that we need to go to the IP address of this virtual machine and set it to static from dynamic. So guys, we can see the Windows Server virtual machine deployment has been completed. Go to the resource, and there's no public IP and only private IP. So go to the networking section and select your network interface and go to the IP configurations. It's dynamic. Select this and make it static because you do not want it to be keep changing. Okay. The next important step we're gonna do is to add a firewall. So write firewall and I'm gonna open the Azure firewall, create firewall, and resource group similar. Uh, name is firewall 900, and here US West, and use existing, and in existing you have to use resource group, public IP, uh, add a new public IP, and you can say firewall public IP. Done. Okay. So things are good now. Go next and create the firewall. So the firewall creation is in process right now, but if you go to those virtual machine server 1, we cannot have a connections to server 1. If you try to connect, because this does only have a private IP and we are not in the virtual networking private IP. This is inside the Azure data center. So if we try to connect it, it won't. It probably give you error. So we're gonna go to the firewall once it get created and create a rule to allow remote desktop protocol connection and internet, and other things. So as you can see, I cannot connect, and definitely no one can connect remote desktop to a local LAN which exists somewhere else. So wait for the firewall to be set up. Let me pause the video to save video length. I'll resume once it's done. So the deployment has been succeeded, and let's go to the resource, and let's check the firewall public IP first. That's the public IP. So this is we're gonna use to connect. Okay, so I'm just keeping it here. I'm not connecting now. It won't unless we do some other settings. Go to the rule, and net rule I'm gonna add, and here I can write any name like net rule 1, and priority between 100 to 1000. I'm typing 1000. Rule is RDP rule, and the protocol is TCP IP address. Source is star anyone, and destination IP is okay. Destination IP is uh, firewall public IP address. This one, okay, and destination port 3389. Port is there, and translated is 192.168.2.4 and 3389. So do nothing, just hit the add, let it done, and we're gonna try connecting to the virtual machine we have created because RDP rule has been done. It's updating your firewall. The rule is still updating. Once it is done, we simply go to the remote desktop and we can connect to our Windows server without even having a public IP. So it is basically our firewall is using a public IP and using a NAT rule which can translate, and I'm able to connect. Sorry. Okay, I'll just pause the video to save the time because it may take more. It's done now, and if I connect, I will be able to connect to the server by using username and password I have set. So that's the basic things we have done right now is to establish the connection. Okay, and here we go. This is our server is ready, and let me go to the local server. And Internet Explorer security, keep it off. Okay, go back again and use Internet Explorer and type Google, Facebook, or anything. I'm typing like bbc.com, and yes, I'm able to browse that. In fact, if you type Google, and everything works here well. So I just did the NAT ruling first of all. Now I'm gonna do one more thing. For that, I need to search for root table and select this one, create a root table, and you can write a name here, my root table, resource group firewall, location West US, and done. Once the deployment has been done, we will configure it. Okay, so go to the resource right here, and we need to go to the roots and add a root. Root name is my root table root. Address prefix is blocking everything, and here virtual appliance. And next hop address is the firewall address, firewall local address. Okay, now we need to let it finish first. Done. We go to the subnet, click on associate, and go to the subnet server 1, and that's it. Nothing has been done, and let us go to the machine now and the virtual machine and try browsing BBC again and Google as well. You can see now the Google has been denied, and if you bbc.com, that's also denied. If I just refresh it, so I cannot browse anything right now. So what I need to do is uh, I just need to be go to the firewall that is here and go to the rules, and NAT rule has been done. Just go to the application rules, add some uh, rule 1, priority giving 1000, action allow, FQDN is allow Google, IP address is star, and port number HTTP and S, and here is star.bbc.com and star.google.com. Done, and go ahead. There's a one more rule for the networking. You can try that too. So let us refresh the Google and it works. Let us refresh the BBC. It works. But try using Facebook and it won't. But if you go and application rules and add more rules to the application, that will also start working. Okay. Okay, that still is going on the process. Let it finish. The rule has been implemented because we can see it's going on right now, Google and BBC. So that's the similar way you can add more sites or set up another network rule, and that's that is all about setting up a firewall in your network, routing it, etc. Let's go back again and add application rule, and you can give a name, rule 2. Priority is 1000. Okay, 1000 is already there, and you can give 1001, and FQDN is FQDN is like allow Facebook star HTTPS. Facebook is HTTPS, so we don't need HTTP. FQDN is star dot facebook.com. Here we go. Once the firewall get update, it probably has been updated in the background. I'll go and try to browse the Facebook. Let's wait for some more time. The rule is in updating. Anyway, now you can see the Facebook page has been appeared here. Okay, the rule is updating. Because of that, it's not the full page we can see. So this is how you guys can set up firewall. Thank you very much.